Starts recording, you'll see a red dot with recording. Right, so we've got everything set up ready for you to see, obviously everything operating. Obviously you haven't towed for a while. So, you've towed your car behind the motor on, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this might look slightly different than you had last time. I'm not sure on that caravan you may have had, but...
15 years ago,
15 years ago, so it probably is
twin
slightly.
stabiliser blade.
Oh, right, yeah, so this, if you're thinking about that now, if I just come this side, that's your stabiliser there.
Yeah.
So that works on friction on your tow ball. Tow ball needs to be grease free and paint free.
Yeah.
So he will take the paint off that tow ball, otherwise it will contaminate the little pads are inside because it needs to grip the tow ball. It's to slow it down, stop the movement as it's bouncing along the road.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's the handle. I'll show you all this when we put it onto the back of the car. It's easy to explain when we put it onto the car. That clamps it onto the tow ball. Breakaway cable. Yeah, so you're happy with that, yeah? Obviously handbrake is just a push up. Pull up, push down, so that's, just be careful, it's obviously spring loaded, if you've got your hand anywhere there and it hits you, you're doing it, it stings, especially this weather. 13 pin electrics, so obviously with that, obviously you're going to have to operate on an adapter, but it still does the same, you can still charge the battery, you can still operate the fridge on 12 volts, and obviously your trailer lights. Okay, ATC, we obviously had a little quick talk about that before, but ATC, that's there to stabilise the caravan. Obviously if you start putting loads of weight in the back of it, you still want to wag the tail as such. All it does is operates the brakes slowly and releases. That's all it does. It detects that movement, slows the caravan down for a split second and then releases. So it's just, the car will then pull it straight. You shouldn't have too much problem with this size vehicle.
No.
That yours is quite a sturdy vehicle, but obviously you've got a big space under that bed which is right at the back of the van. You don't want to be putting heavy stuff like awnings and stuff like that in there, because that will create you problems. Okay, gas locker, shouldn't be anything too difficult in there. I've got to put your pigtail on in a minute. So that should be exactly the same. You've got an onboard regulator, which I would expect your motorhome would have had. So you can operate butane or propane if you wanted to, but you'd need a different pigtail if you want to try and operate on propane, butane, sorry, blue one. Inside here you've got your winder handle, obviously important, and wheel nut wrench, and obviously your step. Okay? Yeah. Right, coming down this side.
It won't be that step, I can go, you give us
Oh yeah, you've got two steps. Okay. Right, down this side, I would expect you would have had the combi boiler on your motorhome, which you might have had a vent like that. Yeah, so if you didn't use your heating, you probably wouldn't see that operation, but that's your vent for your boiler. The boiler on this one is, if you're aware of, is Aldi heating, so it's a central heating type, wet central heating. That's your vent for your boiler, so that's when it's operating on gas. Okay, water in. So on your motor you would have had a onboard tank. Obviously you've got an Akrol you're going to have to use obviously on the outside, or you can have a direct feed in if you wanted to. Make sure it's got a reducer on. So, but obviously you've got to be careful. Obviously, domestic pressure can fluctuate. So even though you've got a reducer on there, obviously it can put pressure into the van if you're not careful.
I've already ordered the one that goes in the Akrol.
Yeah, that's the better one to have. Because if that's stuck open, all it would do is just flow out of it and just flood the pitch rather than putting too much pressure in your van. Okay, to release it, just pull back on that trigger there. It slides out, and you just clicks in. The pump is on board, so on the end of that you just got a filter, so like a debris filter. So there's nothing to change on the end of that. Okay, got your battery fitted. So 12 volt systems. Obviously your motor would have worked off 12
What size are you giving me now?
It's the big one. So it's either 105 or 110. I can't remember now. It's the biggest one we've got anyway. So you can't get any bigger in there. But it's that big. Okay, 240 inlet. So that should be any different, and you've also got an external aerial point there as well.
Oh, that's where it is with the satellite in it.
So you can plug in there. Obviously that goes to a certain point inside your van. Okay. Just wind yourself on the cable as you're coming down here.
Oh, but they've only got one notch when you want to get there, they will go both through there.
Yeah, it should do. Because usually the aerial cable's a lot thinner than your aerial, than your 240, sorry. Right. Obviously flush tank, I'm not sure on the motor you may have had a flush tank, or you might have flushed off the main water tank.
No, it was...
Did it have a separate flush tank?
No, we didn't have a separate flush tank.
So you must have flushed off your main water tank.
Yeah.
This is a reservoir to flush your toilet.
Right.
Okay, so the pink chemical in air, you top it with water. Your toilet cassette, that should look pretty similar. So that's the same, So you got the handle. Just obviously for ease of going to empty it, but the mechanism they're always pretty similar. Obviously with having a reservoir full of water, obviously winter you need to drain that down. So you can flush it into your bottom container, or you've got that drain down pipe there.
Right.
I'd suggest it's probably better to flush it out than just drain the last little bit through the pipe.
Through the pipe,
Okay,
right.
that just sits on a little plastic shelf,
Okay.
sitting up there.
What's the mixture?
It's a pink chemical.
Yeah, I've got the pink
Yeah,
chemical.
it's not a huge amount
No.
for the amount of water that's in there.
Right.
It should say on top on your actual container how much to put in.
Right, okay.
It's only it's like a capful kind of thing, not a capful, but the capful
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
would be enough.
Oh,
Definitely
the
enough in there
same as
with
the
top.
capful when you put
roughly,
the green in, I
yeah.
use green.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, green.
Yeah, yeah. So that fills up from.
From there, yeah.
No. So when we put the, so what do I do? Open that up.
Yeah, open that up and just you can either. Some people use what you see them using watering cans or something like that. You can just tip the water in,
Yeah.
or I tend to use just a 2 litre water bottle
Right.
and fill it up by doing that.
Yeah.
But I always put the pink chemical in first, then
Yeah.
top it up with water.
How much is that old then? That tank?
It's around about 5 litres.
Oh, so it is.
It's a reasonable
decent
size, yeah.
enough.
But I wouldn't travel with it full.
No, no.
Because if it
no.
overflows, it will overflow into your
Under
back.
the van.
So
right,
yeah,
okay.
so you
Yeah, I
can, you can
just
travel with
wondered,
some in there.
It didn't fill up from the water there. You've got to fill it up.
Yeah, you have to fill it. So when you're
Yeah.
flushing it and you hear the pump going, you know
no
it's
water
empty.
empty, yeah.
You need to
Okay.
fill it up. Water out. So obviously in the motor you would have had a waste tank.
Yeah.
Obviously you need a portable waste tank for this.
Yeah,
or
well,
you'll go on super pitches. You can have
Yeah.
the hose direct into a drain on your pitch,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
you can up on
Up
ours.
over here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And it's 2 hoses, so what,
Yeah, it's two to one. So
one does
Bathroom,
sinks
yeah, sink.
and one shower. is it?
yeah, I think it may be bathroom and sink in one.
And then
Kitchen
the
sink the
kitchen
other.
sink in the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Right, just one service to come round. We've got a nice scaffolding in the way. Again, what's the gas pipe on the floor as well? So on the back here, we've got bike rack fixings if you desperately want to take bikes with you. That's there, just mind yourself on there.
Yeah.
Okay, come round here. You see I've got my torque spanner. It's obviously very important that you check it regularly.
I bought a torque.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So it's 130 newton meters.
Yeah.
I will check that before you leave anyway, but
Yeah.
do check them regularly. It does tell you on your plate here in the small writing, so it does show you steel as well, but it's obviously alloy you want, which is 130.
Yeah.
Also gives you tyre pressure as well.
Right. What is the tyre pressure?
Tyre pressure is 65 psi. So even though you got metrics for the for your wheel nuts, you got imperial for the tyre pressure,
Yeah. Right.
which makes real sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a compressor at the back of the shed. Right, 240 outlet,
Yeah.
gas barbecue outlet. Obviously you got access under here as well. So that's where your cable is. You got your cable in there as well. Alarm box. So that's what that is there.
Yeah.
I'll just show you the remote on the. That operates off your main battery. It's also got its own battery, so if your leisure battery dies or is taken out,
Yeah.
you've still got the battery in that. Will obviously,
Yeah.
as long as you've got your hold on a sec. Right. So keys, one and a spare. So one key does all.
Yeah.
Then you've got your alarm fob. So top button there is torch at the end of it. To set your alarm, it's the second button down. One beep on, so that sets your alarm. You'll see the side markers will light up as well. Okay, so it flashes twice to say it's off.
Right.
Okay, PIR sensor, so it'll movement sensor as you're walking around, or tilt sensor. So if someone's trying to wind it up to get it onto their vehicle, that movement will set it off,
Right.
obviously as long as you've set it.
Yeah.
And also, where's your can I see it? He says, come on. I'm trying to work it too quickly. Looks like power's off. Someone's put the power off it. Right, looks like someone switched the power off. I'll have to the alarm's working because that's working off its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, the power's been switched off. The valeters were just in before you came just to finish off cleaning and also we'll switch something off. Right, if you'd like to go inside, then we'll show you all the fun things in there. I think they've switched the system's button off. Yeah, just be careful getting in when you look at that camera in your hand.
Put that carpet in
To
afterwards.
distract you a little bit.
Just hang on there a minute, look. The carpet was up the door.
Oh, is it?
the
Yeah,
door
that-
wouldn't have
they
opened.
Yeah, they've just put that carpet down.
Yeah, as they were going out. you
Yeah,
see.
that's it, yeah. That's the last thing down.
Oh, sure, I can't get it in.
That's right. Right, if you just move round to the left, then I'll just...
Yeah. If you come round here, just put it
Just be
down.
careful. There we go. That's it. Obviously they'll flatten down after a bit. It's just the obviously you got the when they've been rolled up. Right. So underneath here, which I think they were just cleaning under there. Obviously they were stuck in the traffic as well today. There we go. So what's happened? When they were cleaning, they've just pressed that button and shut everything down, which was a 12-volt system.
Right.
Okay. What you can see from here, obviously as well, which I'll go for a bit more in a minute. 12-volt fuses.
Yeah.
Got a nice green light next to it. That's your charger fuse. So as you switch that off there, you can see that's gone out now. Right. So obviously the fuse goes.
Yeah.
Light will
That
go
light
out.
won't go on.
Or you haven't switched it on.
Yeah.
Charge unit there. But you've also got obviously 240 trips.
Yeah.
There's that one. So that should look pretty similar.
Yeah.
Heating and hot water. I'll go through a bit more on that, but that's your isolator switch for the boiler. And also you got your
Which is the isolator switch?
that orange one.
Right,
That's your heating and hot water isolator
Right,
switch.
yeah.
Then that one which I just switched on is your system shutdown button.
Right, okay.
So when you're in storage, you can switch that off.
Yeah.
That will save your battery. You've got a solar panel on the roof, which will still trickle charge your battery even though that's switched off.
That right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then when you come to use it, switch it back on again.
Yeah.
That's why everything was off.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah, and then drain down for your boiler should look pretty similar, unless you had the frosty one.
Never drained it down.
No, you should always drain it down for winter when you're not using
Aye,
it.
but we never had it winter. You're saying it's been 16 years, so.
Oh right.
When
Yeah,
I,
well, your motorhome you should have drained down.
bah,
You should have drained the water down in your motorhome.
aye, when it wasn't winter. That's what I'm saying. We never had it over winter.
Oh, you've just had it this year, have you?
Yeah, we picked it up in the May, and I sold it.
Right. Oh, okay. I thought you had it a year.
No.
All right. So for winter, make sure you do drain it down.
Yeah.
That is your drain down for your boiler and your rescue water system from that position there. So you just lift it. So you just tip it
Yeah.
up. At the minute it's closed, which is down.
Yeah.
So that's obviously stopping the water drain down
Down
just straight
the-
out
yeah.
on the floor below. Okay. So to drain it, lift it up to vertical.
Yeah.
So just tip it up like a hinge.
Yeah.
Open all the taps, and that'll drain down through
Yeah.
that position there. I tend to do that as well when I'm coming off site. I'm going home.
Yeah,
I get to the gate. Wife jumps in, lifts that up, opens all the taps, and as we're driving down the road, that bit of extra movement helps it
it all get out.
That's it. Okay, right. So when we first get in, obviously, oh, let's just shut this. Still going, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Right. This is your control panel. Okay, you can see it says power off at the moment.
Yeah.
Press that as your power button there.
Yeah.
That switches the 12-volt systems on.
Right.
We might get a radio on. Sometimes it does when. That's it. When you switch your power on, it likes to put a bit of noise out with the radio.
Yeah.
Right. So control panel for your main systems, which I'll go through in a second,
Uh-huh.
and heating is that control panel.
Right.
Okay. So this is the fun one. So it's as complicated as you want to make it, or as easy as you want to make it. So
Yeah.
master switch is that one there.
Yeah.
Water pump, main lights, master switch. So you switch that on. They are individually switched, but that you have to switch that on for any of them to come on. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Same with that one. So that's your dimmable light one.
Right.
So the dimmable lights are the ones above the lockers and in your bedroom, above the bedroom. And then you've got awning light. So you see the awning lights on because you've got the blue LED next to it. Okay.
Right.
Shown in the centre of the screen is voltage of your battery at the moment.
Yeah.
It's also showing dimmer level, because I switched the dimmer level main switch on, it's automatically brought it up
To
on the screen.
100%,
Otherwise, you need to just scroll up and down to find that. So if you want to change it manually, this is your menu button here. So you can see every time I wave it, it lights it up as well.
Yeah.
So your menu button, and that is select button. So we've got dimmer level on that bottom line. So if I press the select button, you see now it's dropped down. It goes in 5% increments. So every time I press it, it goes up another 5. So you can set it to wherever you want to set it to.
Right. On that. Yeah.
On there. Okay.
Okay.
You can do that on the app. Have you got the app on your phone?
Oh yeah. No, you
you
haven't put
haven't,
that
no.
on my phone.
All right. Okay. So anything else you want to see? So that's L is to say you got a leisure battery connected. Little flash of electric's connected.
Yeah.
Clock. So obviously that's incorrect at the moment. Then if you want to see anything else, you just press arrow up or down. It scrolls around both ways, so it doesn't matter which way you go, you'll come to the same place in the end. So you press the arrow up or down. So heating settings. So if you want to operate this heating system we're using this control panel, you need to select that. So you can select either timer on here, or you can select app, so it control from your phone.
Right.
Okay.
So how do I do that? Select that.
Yeah. So all you do is select button. So you got heating settings. Select button. So at the moment it's control manual.
Yeah.
So you're controlling heating from that.
From that one.
Yeah. So if I press the select button again, timer.
Timer. Yeah.
Select button again, app.
Right.
So then you just scroll up or down to say exit.
Yeah.
And then it'll be running on whichever one you've selected.
Right.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it on manual for a second.
Yeah.
Otherwise we'll lose that for us. Okay, so next one,
Can I
fridge settings.
That'll be a pain. Can I go back to the first one on?
Yeah. Which one do you want to?
The first one that was on.
That well, it was there.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with like changing that clock, how do I do that?
No, I'll come to that. That will scroll round to system settings.
Sorry.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, yeah.
So I just see what you can see. But heating settings, fridge settings, we can actually control the fridge from up there, but the fridge is down here if you wanted to, and on that app.
But that doesn't work.
But it's not communicating at the moment, so that's got to be sorted. Yeah. Okay. System settings. This is where we can change the clock.
Right.
Okay. System settings. Again, select the button.
Yeah.
You can set the hour. So what are we looking at now? 10.
10.
So yeah. So press the arrow again. We get minutes. So you just press it. It just goes all the way round.
44.
And if you're not concentrating, especially on the minute, you have to go all the way around again. If you go past it. There we go. 43. Next one, it says what day is it. So again, the select button to select your day. Date, which is like 24th, is it today? I think. I don't really watch, yeah. 24, and month is correct. And year is correct. So again, you select that, and you can go through all the year, whatever. Key beep, every time I press it, it goes beep. Backlight. Who's going beep now?
I don't know.
It's fridge. Oh, I know what it was, because they put the power off. Because they put the power off, it actually shut the gas down, and it's just started up and obviously hasn't fired up. So I'll just put that back and fire it up again in a second. Right, backlight time. So this screen will go off after a certain amount of seconds.
Yeah.
It goes dull, and then you just wave at it to wake it up. You can change the timing on that if you wanted to. LEDs, same again. So these LEDs light up and then go asleep after a certain period of time. Light mode last. So that's another fun thing on this, where when you switch the system off, if it's set to light mode last, when you switch it all back on again, it remember what the setting was for the lights.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If you put it on normal, it won't. So if I press that and it goes, you set it to normal, it wouldn't. It just switch it on. You just switch the lights off, as you would have done last time. Tank alarm is off because you haven't got a tank. So if you had an onboard tank, obviously these control panels do all the different things Swift do. So if it was a motorhome or a caravan, it had an onboard tank, but obviously not required. And then Bluetooth pair, so this can talk to your phone to that via Bluetooth. Well, I'll show you that afterwards. Bluetooth delete, if you want to delete any of the your phones or whatever off it, you can do that. And then exit settings. So now we're going to be, where's it coming out at? Right, leisure charging. So again, you ask you 14.2 volts.
Yeah.
No vehicle batteries attached, so you can see what your vehicle battery was doing. Solar power, I'm showing what voltage that your solar panel is doing.
Yeah, but inside.
So it's giving you some.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more the sunlight, the better.
Yeah.
Select battery. So if you had the car and the caravan attached on the pitch, you could actually select the battery from the car if you really wanted to. The only problem with that is you go and drain the battery
of the car.
of the car.
Do I have to do that though when I'm towing?
No. It automatically does that.
Automatic once the car's plugged in.
Yeah, you don't have to switch anything on or off. No. It will automatically put power to the battery and then charging wires. And if you've selected battery on your fridge, it will then it will automatically draw power from that for that as well. AC limit on site, you will have a bollard you connect to. Obviously, you overdraw that bollard, it will trip it.
Yeah.
Okay. With this, you can actually set a limit. If you can see in the centre now, that's showing what we're drawing at the moment, which is pretty close to what you would have on site. Is about 16 amp. Depending on what site you're on.
What we drawing that on now?
Yeah, well, we've got a few different things happening at the moment. The boiler's probably going flat out.
Oh, right, you got the boiler.
Yeah, the boiler's operating, so that's running on 3 kilowatts probably. So, that's probably near its limit.
Yeah.
What you can do is set a limit. So if I select now, if I select 5 amps, so some on the continent may have quite low power, or some sites, say farm sites, may have a really low ampage as well. What you can do is set a limit, like that, from 5 amp up to 16 amp if you want to. So what that will do, if you say started switching a load of electric stuff on, and it went above that limit, what it will do is shut your boiler down. It will start knocking down the kilowatts on your boiler.
Right.
So say you operate a kettle.
Yeah,
because the kettle's quite big. It will take it above that limit. The kettle will then obviously operate. It will start it shuts down the boiler on the electric side.
Yeah.
For that period of time, kettle clicks off. It will bring it back up again. So it's an.
So what about the average?
Well,
don't do count, about 8, like 10.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Most caravan club sites are around about the 16 amp.
I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
16 amp mark. Okay. So you can leave it on that, or you can switch it, or you can switch it off. It's up to you. As long as you're careful what you operate on, really. Internal temperature. What you will see is that temperature is different to that one. That is what the heating works on. Is that temperature there? Okay, not that one there. That is actually core temperature of the van, not your air heat warmth. If you know what I mean. So that's showing what the warmth of the air is. So that's what you feel.
Yeah.
That is the core temperature of the van. So it's in a different position under one of these seats.
Right.
So that's the core temperature, not the warm air. That's the one you're concerned with.
Where is the thermostat for that?
That's using that control panel there.
Ah, so that's not too bad. In the motorhome, it was bad because we had one of them tall fridges here.
Right.
And they had the temperature behind it. It was picking up the
Heat
heat.
off the fridge. That's clever. Right. Okay, so we're back round to dimmer level. I think that's all of them. Heating settings, fridge settings, system settings. Yeah. And then Sergeant, that's the actual control system, is Sergeant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Right, so what we'll do, we'll leave that for a second, we'll come back to it in a minute, but we'll go across to the heating now, because that might be obviously important for you tonight.
Yeah.
So, on-off button is that one there.
Yeah.
This controls the heating and the hot water. It's one unit, probably similar to your combi boiler you probably had in your motorhome. It's all one unit, so the hot water tank's in the centre, and it also heats the fluid that's going around the van, circulating to warm your van up.
Yeah.
So that there is showing that that is what is happening. So it's being circulated around your van at the moment. If that little circulation sign is not there, that means it's probably reached temperature and it's stopped. So it's obviously the thermostat will stop the pump operating when it reaches temperature. Okay, so when it's there, you can see it's operating. Little plug there, that's to say we've got electric connected. So you remember that little orange button on top of the consumer unit? If that's not switched on, little plug's not there, you're not going to be able to operate on electric. Or you haven't plugged your electric into your van, or the bollard is tripped. So check all them things, but the orange button might be the main one. Okay, and then room temperature. Okay, press the menu button to change anything. So if I want to increase the temperature, so your thermostat setting, so you can set that all the way up to 30 degrees if you want to. As low as 5 degrees, so that's your thermostat setting. So obviously you get where you want it comfortable and set it to that. Say whichever you're comfortable with. Okay. Next one is water heating. So that's water heating off.
Yeah.
Press the plus button, goes green. Half a triangle coloured in. That's your normal running for your water heating.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If you want to, you can boost it.
Yeah.
So press the plus button again. That will boost. You hear that now? Switch the pump off. So when that's operating, obviously we want hot water now. We don't want all the heat being pulled around the van because it's taking the heat away from the boiler. So what it will do is switch the boiler, the circulation pump off for that period of time. It runs for 30 minutes unless you switch it back manually, but it will automatically do that after 30 minutes.
Okay.
So if you want extra hot water on the onboard shower, obviously start that operating at least say 30 minutes before you decide you want a shower, because it's not going to give you that hot water straight away. Okay, energy wise, so at the moment we've got 3 kilowatts.
Not that
So if you can see that's now everything off. So if I want to operate on electric, we've got 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. And that's gas. So at the moment we're running on both. So in the summer, 1 or 2 kilowatts, that's probably efficient enough to your hot water. It may give you some warmth in the room. Okay, in the winter, 2 kilowatts is going to struggle. If you compare that to home, you've probably got a kettle, and that's probably 2 kilowatts. It's trying to heat up 1.5 litres of water. Okay? It's not trying to heat the kitchen. Right? That 2 kilowatts there is trying to heat 10 litres of water, so what? 5 times that of what you were trying to boil with a kettle, and then it's still trying to heat all of this up. It's going to give you some heat, which you may be comfortable with, but when it drops, especially in the middle of the night, at say 4 o'clock in the morning, the temperature drops right down, it may struggle. So what you could try 3 kilowatts, that might be enough, or you operate on both.
Yeah, when you first hitch up, get on site, if it's cold, use the 2 to give it a boost.
Exactly. So what it will do automatically, so obviously with both energies, it's more energy, it's going to heat up quicker, as
yeah.
you say, and once it gets to temperature, it shuts the gas off. So it'll tick over on electric then, unless the temperature drops. So if someone leaves the door open like I have, temperature drops to the floor again, or use all the hot water, gas will then kick in and come back up, and then it'll shut the gas off. So it's not operating the gas all the time, only when it needs it. If you had the limit set, and obviously you put the kettle on it, it shut down the electric,
it'll switch to gas.
It'll switch to the gas automatically, as long as you've got gas selected. Otherwise, it's up to you. You can obviously operate on electric. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a lot further menu in there as well, which has got timers and everything else as well. I don't know if you really want me to go for that, but as long as you understand that, you're happy with that, you can keep yourself warm. Is obviously the important
I don't think
thing.
we'd ever put it on timer.
No, but there is timer as well to do on that command side of it as well, if you really wanted to. Okay.
Okay. And the A, that's for the menu, is it?
Yeah. Well, that's the menu. What that one is automated functions, which is that one there, the third-party panel, which is ticked at the moment. That is so that can communicate with that, or that can communicate with that. If that's not ticked, you can't get on your app and say heating on or off or whatever. So that has to be on if you want to communicate with that.
And what was the others underneath? Sorry. Go back to that A.
On there, that's the only one. Oh well, yeah.
Optional.
It shows what come on. Yeah. There's optional pump and things like that, but you can get to that via that one as well if you wanted to, which is the same as installed accessories.
Well, what is optional pump? Is it an optional pump?
Optional pump. It's more than likely being a bigger van.
Yeah, it isn't on this.
Right? No, it's not on this. No, your standard isn't. It's just a single pump that circulates. If you imagine a bigger van and it needs a bit more, it's obviously got to travel more distance around the van. That extra pump will help it. Turn it around the van easier. Okay. Right. So what we could do now is, if you want to, we can get your app on your phone, because otherwise I can't show you obviously the app, and we can connect. So your app on your app is that getting heavy now? That phone.
So I've got Bluetooth on. That's what you want.
Yeah. Well, we need to connect to the internet as well. So you've got internet. Have you got internet? You won't have Wi-Fi near, but as long as you've got mobile, mobile data. That'll do it. Yeah. So what are we on? Samsung. So you want Play Store, where they call it, Google Store. Yeah, just go into Google. It should. Just tap on that one. Just trying to see it now. Just scroll up. What's that bottom one? Photos from there. Just go back to your apps then. Just go apps, bottom right hand corner. Play Store. That's it. If you go onto Play Store. Right. So if you want to just tap in there, just write Swift command in there. It should find it for us. I'll say shut the door. It's been very cold. Very cold this morning. You might be able to feel the heat coming up through the side of the
Swift command.
That's the one. Yeah. Just tap on that. That's it. Tap on that again. It should say install. That's it. Accept. Continue. There you go, off it goes. So obviously it shouldn't take long. What?
Yeah, but the credit card.
No. Skip that. Just press skip. No. There we go, that's off. Yeah, you don't start paying anything.
Oh no.
It should come up for. Doesn't normally take too long, luckily it's quite an easy one to upload. So you can with this you can actually switch the van on and off. You can switch the heating on and off. You can set a timer on the heating. You can switch the water on and off. You can set the heating on the override. So you can actually set it via Bluetooth by sitting in it and talking to it when you're sitting there. Which again, you can talk to the fridge, you can talk to the heating, talk to the lights, and you can also do that remotely over an internet signal. So you could be sitting on top of the rigging over there. You're thinking, oh, it's a bit cold. I need to get back to my van, but I haven't got heating on. It's on a timer. You can switch the heating on then, and it will come on and warm your van up hopefully by the time you get back. It's a nice sunny day anyway, even if it is a bit cold.
I think it's going to be dry the weekend.
Yeah, I think it is. It's just going to be cold from the sound of it. It's going to be cold overnight. That's it. Open. And you should see So what we'll do